Alrighty, so it's time that we rank, obviously, this, or not rank, but talk about my honest thoughts about this Rosanna. Now, one thing is I'm not playing with it, so what we're going to be doing, for disclaimer for anybody wondering, we're going to be using this Rosanna on the screen, but we're going to be talking about the summer Rosanna. That's the disclaimer. This entire video is about the summer Rosanna, but we're going to have this one on the screen to explain what I'm trying to get out with this, right? I don't care. We're going to use this Rosanna to describe the other one, which is the summer one. But we're talking about the summer Rosanna. This is just what we're going to use to cover up on the screen. Now, Summer Rosanna is a very, very good character. I do think so, actually. I think Summer Rosanna is a character that I'm quite happy with, I will say. Right? I am quite happy with this character, Summer Rosanna. And it's because she's actually doing a lot more than I thought she was going to do. Or not necessarily thought she was going to do, but she's doing a lot more that I didn't really consider that much. Like, obviously, when you looked at Rosanna's kit, let me pull it up. There we go. Obviously, when you pulled up her kit, like, you looked at the stuff and you kind of obviously knew that this character was meant for Sakura, right? That was her whole thing. She increased or helped all allies have their damage and parts increase, yada, yada, yada. You read her kit, everything is lined up for Sakura. But obviously, having the damage taken debuff on all enemies, affect all enemies, and then having all allies attack into these enemies is helping the team big time with damage, right? It's kind of another version of Blanc in terms of having that damage taken debuff on these enemies and having it every burst rotation without having to run another character like Noir is very, very helpful, right? So if you are using this character, it is a bit weird because you can use her just for the damage taken, but if you are, and let's say you're fighting a boss, for example, the boss part, like, damage to parts is going to be helpful, but if you're not fighting a boss and you're just fighting enemies, all you're really getting from this character is the damage taken, and it's still very, very good, right? For fighting mobs, all this right here, this line right here is really, really good. I do like this duo a lot. I do think the Rosanna and Sakura duo are very, very good. I think this duo is obviously not like bunny girl duo, obviously not schoolgirl duo, but they're very, very good, right? I think a lot of people started to like really see how good these two were when we got access to the solo raid, where in the solo raid we were able to fight, you know, the boss that kind of describes what you're looking for with these characters, right? And I don't know, because I cannot say until we have access to it, but I'm hoping that the boss that we've gotten with the solo raid, that type of enemy is what we fight a lot in the new EX interception, right? That way you make a lot of use of these two characters. The Rosanna, the Summer Rosanna and the Summer Sakura duo, they're like Shaq and Kobe when it comes to what they're actually trying to fight, right? An enemy with parts that regenerate. Okay, I forgot this is not the right Rosanna. Hold on. An enemy with parts that's trying to regenerate and then having your damage to part increase, right? So that you can destroy it faster. And then obviously going back to Sakura's kit, being able to stack this up, right? Now, if you haven't already summoned and you're still wondering, should you summon? Yes, I would say go for one copy, right? At the end of the day, these characters are limited, and it's quite hard for me to believe that they designed a Summer Rosanna and a Summer Sakura just for a solo raid. Because if you really look at it, if you really sit down and look at it, they damn near created these two characters just for that solo raid. That's what it looks like right now, because that solo raid has everything you want from these characters, or everything that you would want to fight with these characters, right? But I refuse that they made two characters, summonable characters, for that one boss, and it makes me wonder, after this update we are going to get, you know, I don't know if it's after this update exactly or if it's in two updates, but next month we are going to have access to the new boss themed content, permanent content, which is Boss EX, and they dropped the Shaq and Kobe dual unit that are very, very good against bosses, right? So it's like, I can't tell you guys summon for said character, not knowing what the Interception EX has to offer, but at the same time I can't tell you guys to skip, because these characters right now only seem to be good against the solo raid, right? I mean, I think if you fight mobs, you have seen how very good they are. If you fight that solo raid, like I said multiple times, you'll see how very good they are. When you fight some bosses, like when you fight Modernia, for example, if I'm fighting Modernia with the Summer Rosanna and the Summer Sakura, you're not really seeing anything crazy. Same thing goes for Blacksmith. Same thing kind of goes for Chatterbox. Same thing goes for a lot of these other bosses that have those sturdy parts. But when it comes to those bosses that have easy to break parts, like the Kraken or Train even, right? I think Train is actually out right now. We can do that testing if we need to, right? Because it's going to help out obviously Sakura a bit. So, oh, okay, G-Force. Okay, let me see if I can fight the Trainer. I don't know if it's out though. Unfortunately, it is not out. I missed out on it. So yeah, when it comes to obviously, like I said before, these two characters, they're very good against specific. When you're looking at just in the boss aspect, they are very, very good in terms of certain bosses that have the stuff that you are looking for. I was worried about both of these characters beforehand, especially the Rosanna, because what it made it seem like, or what they made it seem like, Shift Up, I mean, what they made it seem like was that these characters would only be useful against bosses. And what I like the most about these two characters, especially Rosanna, is that they're, okay, not especially Rosanna, especially Sakura, is that they're kind of just better against bosses, but still are very good like against mobs, right? Obviously having this I forgot again, this is not the same. Having this effect on mobs on top of Sakura's burst skill, where she expands the little AoE to up to 10 enemies, you can kind of see how it's going to be crazy on top of her first full glory. It's a niche character, right? I know a lot of times when these character comes out, a lot of people throw the word niche. This is like the biggest niche I've ever seen, because they're literally requiring you to fight specific things for these characters to do what they're supposed to do, right? Obviously, fight bosses with parts to increase duration. It's like, okay, but if I don't fight enemies that have parts of the character is useless, no, the answer is no. They actually still have use, right? And that's kind of what I like about the characters, but that's the niche about the characters, right? So do you need dupes? If that you guys are wondering, no. Why would you need dupes for Rosanna? I couldn't tell you. You're not summoning more dupes for 3% of the caster's attack at level 10. I can tell you that. It is stack. It definitely does stack, but you're not summoning for dupes for that reason. I mean, unless you're going for the wallpaper, by all means. And then when it comes to Sakura, she's a DPS, so dupes obviously would be better, but I wouldn't recommend it, especially if you do not have Summer Anise. I still do think out of Rosanna and Sakura, Sakura, Rosanna as a duo and Summer Anise, I would still say Summer Anise is the better character, because her best partner is the free-to-play character that everybody gets after 2 weeks of playing, which is the Privity, right? And not only is that her best partner, those two together are like a better Shaq and Kobe. I would say Summer Anise and Privity are still better than Sakura and obviously Rosanna, but right now against that Kraken boss, no. I think these two are crazy against the Kraken boss, but in general, I would probably have Summer Anise and Privity over, the Summer Rosanna and Summer Sakura. So that's kind of honest thoughts. I really do think Summer Sakura and Summer Rosanna are very good, just very, very niche when you're looking for their best situation, right? Like I said multiple times, you don't need to fight a specific thing for these characters to work. They're going to work no matter what you're fighting. It's just they're better in certain things than not, right? So you guys let me know down below. I hope you guys understand that this is Summer Rosanna. I'm not... Chat, let me tell y'all something. Age restriction took my money. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. So, yeah, you got Summer Sakura, Summer Rosanna. I think they're both good, but you guys let me know down below in the comments. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.